What is going on, guys? Wonderman Boxing. Hope everyone's having a great day. If you like my videos, go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate your help and your support for this channel. It's all for you guys, and I appreciate you. Now let's talk about boxing. Oscar De La Hoya wants to force Keith Thurman versus Vergil Ortiz Jr. fight for this year, later this year. That's a great concept. It's a hell of a fight. Keith Thurman, he's ranked number 4 in the welterweight division, and Vergil Ortiz Jr. is ranked number 1 in the welterweight division. And whoever wins that fight puts themselves in a position for a big title fight. Ortiz Jr., he's 18-0, 18 knockouts. He's fighting next month against Michael McKinson, who is 21-0 and only 2 knockouts. So you can see right off the bat that Vergil Ortiz possesses way more power than Michael. But Michael's a skillful fighter, but I still have Vergil Ortiz Jr. coming out on top for the victory and potentially knocking out Michael McKinson. This is going to be live on the Zone. So if Vergil Ortiz Jr. beats Michael McKinson, then they're going to start having negotiations and open up that potential fight against Keith one-time Thurman. Keith Thurman is an elite boxer. He's a great boxer. He's had a good career, except for that loss against Manny Pacquiao, but there's no shame in that. He lost to a legend. But if I could pinpoint some problems that Keith Thurman has, is that he cannot take a punch to the body. I think at one point he was actually hurt as well to the body by Mario Barrios. Even though Keith Thurman, beat Mario Barrios easily, he still got hurt to the body, I could tell. Manny Pacquiao did the same thing, where Keith Thurman had to spit his mouthpiece off, or take his mouthpiece off, because he just needed to catch some air. It was a big shot. And one thing we know for sure is that Vergil Ortiz Jr. has really good body shots, and he has really good power. I mean, that's why the guy is 18-0 with 18 knockouts, 100% KO ratio. Right now, he looks like an Arthur Beterbiev in the welterweight division. You know what I'm saying? They're both at 100% KO ratio. So, is Keith Thurman, a little more experienced than Vergil Ortiz Jr.? Maybe, but Vergil Ortiz Jr., you know what I mean? He's a hell of a fighter. He stopped Mean Machine. I know that Mean Machine hurt him in one of the rounds, but, Mean Machine is no walkthrough. Terrence Crawford even said that Mean Machine was no joke when he fought him, even though Terrence Crawford came out on top. Vergil Ortiz Jr. actually came out on top against Mean Machine, so that was not an easy fight. So it's the same thing with Keith Thurman and Vergil Ortiz Jr. It's not going to be an easy fight for Vergil Ortiz Jr., I'll tell you that. Keith one-time Thurman, he has good counter-punching, but I think he leaves himself a little too open at times. And my prediction for that fight, if it goes down between Thurman and Vergil Ortiz Jr., is that I will go with Vergil Ortiz Jr. stopping Keith Thurman in the later rounds. Probably in the 10th round, to a body shot. But tell me what you guys think about that. What do you guys think about a potential showdown between Keith one-time Thurman and Vergil Ortiz Jr.? Is it a hell of a fight? I think it is. Oscar De La Hoya thinks it is. And he's going to pursue it to make it happen after the Michael McKinson fight. And with that being said, guys, you guys have a good one. Explosive fights. I'm out.